This is not a review. This is not me going piece by piece what made each film good. This is me talking about how lying and truth separate these films, but make each one stand out on their own. It's my honest opinion that you could watch either one of these films on their own without watching the other and still be a-okay with it. But I also believe that if you watch the second film directly after the first one, you'll find it much more invigorating and enthralling. But I'll give a brief synopsis for people who haven't seen the movie. Videographer Aaron is hired to work for Joseph, who says he is dying of cancer and wants to film a video for his unborn child, in case he dies before it's born. This is a fabrication. And Joseph leads Aaron on all day until eventually Aaron escapes, but then is stalked by Joseph. Son of a bitch fly. But then is stalked by Joseph and sent weird videos of him bearing bags and being a general creep. Roll credits. And then Joseph kills Aaron and takes his name. And it's revealed that Joseph has killed many people and keeps all those tapes to himself in his home. Second film. Joseph is, I'm going to call him Joseph, even though it's called Aaron in the second movie. I'm going to keep calling him Joseph because it's just easier for continuity's sake. Joseph is unhappy with his current lifestyle. He believes that he is no longer getting anything out of killing men or women. He thinks, oh, this is so boring now. Nothing matters. He even has a very cold beer. I don't mean cold as in it's like a temperature cold. I mean like he's just sad and unfulfilled after killing a guy. Then he hires videographer Sarah, who is a web host for a show about weird Craigslist ads, such as being mothered and being sung a lullaby and cradled like a baby. Just weird, male for female Craigslist ads. Joseph puts up an ad and Sarah responds, and the entire film is about Joseph wanting to confess to his crimes, but also make a documentary about himself as the world's most notorious serial killer that no one knows about. And he just complains the entire movie about how nothing's going right and that he just wants everything to be perfect before he dies. He's ready to kill himself. And the film follows this connection being made between Sarah and Joseph until finally culminating in a final scene where Joseph wants to have a Romeo and Juliet style pact suicide where he stabs himself in the side a bunch and then wants to have Sarah stab herself. And then of course Sarah runs away and shit happens. What are you gonna do? So, there is a very stark contrast between the first film and the dialogue and the second film with the dialogue. Also with the characters having a connection. I'll get that in a minute. So, the first film, Joseph is doing everything in his power to lie to Aaron to get what he wants. Aaron does not know what Joseph has planned, but he knows something is off. He knows that, hey, this guy could be dangerous, but it's $1,000 for one day. What are you gonna do? It's money. And of course, what can go wrong is you get stabbed in the head by an axe, which I'm gonna call Chekhov. I'm calling the axe Chekhov, and you'll get that in a minute. In contrast, the sequel, Joseph only tells one lie. And I will discuss a lot of that in a second. But the entire film, he just wants to confess and die. That's all he wants to do. He wants to confess, make a good documentary about his confessions, and then die. What else is a serial killer supposed to do after killing 39 people? What are you supposed to do? In contrast, Sarah's character is only in it to get the views for her web show, which is dying. She wants to have that one magnum opus episode of her web show about weird Craigslist ads by following on this dude who, within the first 10 minutes of meeting her, shows her his dick. Not in a sexual way, he just wants to cut off that gender inequality thing, as he puts it. He wants to be like, hey, I'll show you my dick, you show me your boobs and down there, and we can move on from there, and it won't be awkward. See Aaron Hansen's D Club explanation for more on that. Did I just compare a horror movie to Aaron Hansen's D Club? This is my job. And the one point when Aaron lies in the film, not Aaron. Okay, so in the first film, after Joseph kills Aaron, he takes his name. In the second film, he's only going by Aaron. I'm calling him Joseph because of continuity's sake. Joseph lies once. And it's after his botched suicide attempt in front of Sarah. Sarah saves his life. And he knows she'll run away if he doesn't lie. So he breaks his rule about not lying in this one instance in order to keep her around just a little longer because he wants to die with her. He thinks that's normal. And having that the entire film, you know he's telling the truth because everything he says is what happened in the first movie. And I mean, there's some scenes that weren't necessarily shown at all in the first film. In fact, some of them happened early in Joseph's life. But we have no reason to believe he's lying. So I believe that he only lied once, when he says that he was wearing a harness when he tried to hang himself, which I don't believe he was. And having that lie blatantly told to us after an entire film of nothing but truths from Joseph, Sarah lies a lot. I described it as the feeling of being told there's no Santa Claus. That sinking feeling like, everything I know is wrong. What is my life? There's no Santa Claus! And then your whole world is crushed. And then he goes right back to telling the truth. After that, they go into the woods, and he hands Sarah a locket. Now, this locket was featured prominently in the first film. It's the locket that Joseph gave to Aaron after Aaron left and Joseph started stalking him. And he even says, here, I got you a locket. I didn't have time to make one for you, so I'll give you the one that I gave to the last guy I killed. Like, he tells Sarah everything, even shows her the video of him killing Aaron. Like, you what? But because of Sarah's grounded belief, in a real-world sense, you would not walk into someone's home after being hired by them to film you and think that they're at all telling the truth about killing people. That's not in the realm of understanding of normal people. Granted, I feel like the dick showing is a red flag, which Sarah points out, even says, okay, Sarah, after being in his home for less than 10 minutes, he's already had your dick in your face. And she does say, this is for the views, just get it over with. It's one day. So, that's really all I want to talk about with this film. I might do an in-depth review later. It is storming outside. I might do an in-depth review later because I do want to talk about these films more. But I just wanted to say that, in contrast to the first film, the second film was made all the better when you realize that nothing Joseph says is a lie. He's telling the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Until Santa Claus. Sorry, Santa Claus isn't real. Oh, and then he stabbed himself, and then yada yada yada. And then he dies. Then Joseph dies. He thinks he's killed Sarah and put her in a hole in the ground. But as he's recording his words to her, or words to whoever, on the camera, she climbs out of the hole and bashes him with a shovel. Oh, I just thought I'd check off for a second. Okay. And I'll do that in the other... Oh, you know what? Yeah. This video's over. I want to do an in-depth review of the first film and the second film independently, just so I can talk about them more and enjoy everything about them. These films are amazing. I give them... It's not a review, so what am I doing? I give The Contrast 10 out of 10. I think it's great. I think it's magnificent how well it works as a horror movie or a psychological thriller when you know the killer isn't lying. The killer does nothing to subvert your expectations. So, this has been Amy Turtles. I'm signing off. I will see you all in the next video, and I hope you enjoyed my unscripted, unpracticed, and unfiltered contrast to Creep and Creep 2. If you type Peach Fuzz in the comments, a wolf will come out of your closet, and I'm not gonna say that. And sing you a magical song. There you go. A wolf will come out of your closet and sing you a magical song. If you type Peach Fuzz in the comments. That's a cheap tactic, Amy. What are you doing?